Hey guys, so we're going to talk about 3.04, understand direct marketing, and here's the terms we need to know. Banner ads, these are usually on a web page near the top. They can be on the side, but you can click through. Sometimes they show up almost as like a game. You can click a couple times, and then it'll take you to a advertisement. That's a banner ad. Buttons are smaller than banner ads. It's usually just a button that tells you to click on, and it takes you somewhere in a website to an advertisement. Pop-up in front of or under ads. Most people hate pop-up ads, and a lot of those have gone away. Used to, you would be going to a website or whatever, and all of a sudden you'd be trying to play a game, or you would be doing something, and a pop-up would just pop up and blind your screen, and it would be an advertisement. Everybody hated that. Flash ads are interactive on websites, and then you got floating ads that scroll up or on the screen. Exit pops. This is when you try to exit a website and a advertisement will pop up asking if you want more information. Rich media ads. This is usually an animation that changes when you move your cursor over it. Something that catches your attention when you can interact with it. Text ads are just usually hyperlinks. Adver games. These are games that contain advertisements. Sometimes they used to show up more in Yahoo than Google, but you would have a little ad at the top, and you could shoot the ducks. For whatever reason, you could shoot the ducks, and after you shot so many ducks, it would show a little advertisement, and then you would shoot the ducks again, and it was a game. And then we have what we call the virtual worlds. You guys know more about this than I do, because you guys play all these virtual world games and know how ads work with those. Sponsorships, we have talked about over and over and over again. Sponsorships, you know what they are. Sponsored search results. So I see this a lot on Instagram or Facebook. I'll see something in my news feed and I think, I don't follow Nike, but then it'll say sponsored by the Charlotte Hornets, which I do follow. So their ads sponsored by somebody else, and that's how they get to you, is because you're following somebody that sponsors them. Bookmarks are your favorites, is what you have on your screen, the sites you go to the most. I use those constantly. Then we have guides. That's your roadmap to the web, and then email-based ads. So let's talk about online advertising. Online advertising is going to keep growing because we are spending more and more time online. You guys know that more than anybody. So then when we need to think about the advantages of online advertising, is it scalable? Regardless of how big my advertisement is, does it lose its readability? Does the picture quality stay the same? Is it cost effective? Am I losing money on it? Is it hitting my demographics? Now, last week we learned about demographics. We learned who our target audience is and what their demographics were. How do I make sure that on the web advertising, I'm hitting my target market? The growing audience is obviously an advantage because you've got kids now at 2 or 3 who are using iPads. So everybody's on websites. You have tracking capabilities, which is good, and international and worldwide opportunities, meaning that you're not stuck to just market in your county or your city. You can market anywhere. Disadvantage, a lot of consumers, like we talked about last week, if they think it's junk or they see it and they just scroll past it, they may ignore your message. You may miss your target market. If you don't know what your target market is doing online, then you may miss hitting them. Some ads can get very expensive. The more integrated they are and interpersonal, the more expensive they're going to be. customers can get distracted with so much advertising, too much clutter that they're seeing. There's too many options. It can be frustrating for customers. There may be viewing problems. Like, I can see a video fine on my computer, but if I use a different computer, can I see that same video? Or if I use a different browser, I may not be able to see that video. And then copyright issues. And copyright seems so simple, and yet so many people every year get in trouble for copyright issues. You cannot use someone else's idea. You can't use their work. You can't use their drawings, their names, their slogans. People do it all the time. You have to use, even with pictures, you can't just go to Google and get a picture and use it. You've got to have permission, or it can backfire on you. So, banner ads versus rich media ads. So, if we look at this for just a second, remember I said banner ads usually run across the top. Banner ads are usually cost effective. They usually get an above average click through, meaning people actually clicked on it, on the tool. It is a good branding tool. It's easy to track to see how many people clicked it. Sometimes it is ignored. A lot of times it's ignored. You know, it's up there, but I'm on this website to look at this. I don't want to see that. But it's highly interactive, just like the rich media ads. The rich media ads are interactive, and they are at a higher cost to make and maintain because you don't want any glitches in a rich media ad. They do get more click-throughs than a banner ad. They can be viewed as annoying and intrusive. You know, some of them will talk. You'll be on a web page and it'll speak if you've got your volume up, and it'll have you wanting to do something. And the use of pop-up blockers now can prevent you from using the rich media ads. And if there's too many, again, people aren't going to look at it. It's overcrowded. They're just going to skip through it. So direct mail is the best method to target a specific group of customers, and knowing who that target market is your primary focus. So letters, postcards, catalogs, a self-mailer, a brochure, or business cards, those are things that you might direct mail to somebody. Technology and direct mail, so you can use QR codes to have send something, and you know, they use their phone and do their QR code and get that, and it tells them something about what you're selling through the direct mail. Advantages: you can get good reception with your target market. It's very personalized, but it needs to be brief. If it's 4 pages, they're not going to read it. It can be measured by if they call to action, if they return the direct mail or call you and ask you about what you're selling. You have total control of how your message is placed and planned. And it's hidden from your competitors, which is ambush marketing. Your competitors don't know that you're sending this to them. So that's the advantages. The disadvantages: there's a high throwaway rate. They're considered junk. High cost of maintenance. Longer lead time, which means it takes you longer to know whether you've hooked them with that mailing or not. You've really got to know your target market to hit them. And it can be expensive and difficult to track. It's harder to track. So let's look now at electronic media, TV and radio. So obviously with sports marketing, this is a huge, huge way to use advertising. Mobile marketing is the use of wireless network and cell phones as a means of marketing communication. Text messaging, multimedia messaging, and mobile web banners, mobile web posters, mobile advergaming, okay, websites, location-based services, utilizing your GPS, QR codes, mobile search. A lot of times now in your arenas, if you go to a ball game, they'll have QR codes up, and it says find out something. Let's say we go to a Bon Jovi concert. find out something about Bon Jovi, and you do that QR code, and it tells you something cool. And then I took my kids to see Jurassic World, I think in January, and you could take a selfie sitting there in the arena, put the hashtag that they had this hashtag up on the screens that went around. You put the hashtag, and throughout the whole thing, they were showing pictures of people who had posted to Instagram or their Twitter using that hashtag. And it was so funny because every once in a while we'd see ourselves up on the big thing during the board. So that's how they're using mobile marketing. These are just mobile apps, mobile redemption, referral rewards, mobile videos. Advantages: everybody's got a telephone. It's lower cost. Customization is easy. It's easy tracking and response. You not have to spend there's not a lot of people time working on it. You get instant results, huge viral potential, and microblogging benefits. You got privacy issues. You do not want to start sending text to someone that has not given you permission. There's navigation issues, viewing issues if they don't have the right type of phone, deletion of the message, lack of reliable measurement tools. So, types of devices, you know what these are. I'm not going to go through these, but privacy issues, please, please, please be wary of privacy issues and people in their phones. They have to give you permission. Search engines, this is Google. This is just how people find you using search engines or web crawling. We used to call them search engine spiders, and we didn't like that word, so we just went to search engines. So you can buy what people look up. So if somebody looks up Fitbit Ionic on Google, then it tracks that they've looked at that, and then people will buy their history, and then they'll know how to target them in their advertising. It can be effective. It can target the right audience. Obviously, it's cost effective. It builds credibility. Consumers clearly define what they want to seek. Competition is a disadvantage. It can be costly. It takes you a while to actually get that web crawling in place. Sometimes irrelevant web pages cause frustration. Pay per click can be expensive when you're paying somebody for that. Optimization using keywords, your hashtags, your link building. Let's talk about link building strategies, using good content, blogging with your customers. I follow a lot of blogs of people that I buy stuff from. So maybe it's I can think of one as a health coach. I watch her blogs, and the way I found her is because I buy her protein powder, and I really like her, and I read her blogs. So that's why you would want to do that. So this is 3.04, and I hope that helped you through it. You'll watch this video, and you'll take the practice quiz, and you'll be all done.